Terrorists, Muslims, and radical leftists are killing us while we pray. They burn down our churches, rape women, and chant death to America. Charlie Kirk said it best. Islam is the sword the left is using to slit the throat of America.
Scroll down now.
Okay.
Okay, we know that Valentina Gomez is either a paid operative to create Islamophobia and hatred in America, or she's just a stupid, dumb... Dude. There's no middle with her. There's no middle. Now, I responded because she was trying to basically make it look like the people that did the church thing yesterday, which wasn't a people, it was one person. He was a mentally ill veteran of the United States. He drove into the church and burned down the Mormon church in Michigan yesterday, right?
Yep.
She's trying to paint it like it was us before it's even official, right?
This
has been happening all month.
Every single event before the perpetrators come out, they always try to blame it on Muslims. Every single time,
right? So I responded, so that veteran in Michigan who burned down the Mormon church was a Muslim, right? He wasn't. You moron. You are an agent of chaos, hatred and division, clout chaser who can't get attention except with disgusting lies and dehumanizing entire populations of people. All the school shootings, for the most part, were non-Muslims.
What do you mean for the most part?
Actually, all of them.
Where was there one Muslim?
No, I don't know of any. That's what I'm saying. So now someone responds here, right? Resulting to whataboutism isn't going to address the issue that Islam teaches. Muslims are fine people, but Islam teaches the destruction of the infidels. Your Quran promotes the death of Christians, Jews, and atheists. Muslims that want to live peacefully and don't seek Sharia or okay.
Bro.
And I responded with this video, by the way.
Okay, but if Islam actually taught to kill infidels, we're doing a terrible job.
Yeah, we're doing horrible.
We're doing horrible. There's 2 billion people. If 2 billion people actually had a book teaching them to go and kill all non-Muslims, the world would be on fire in 2 seconds. Literally on fire, and all they can do is grasp for straws trying to blame Muslims.
And take verses of the Holy Quran out of context and push narratives in the media. One of the most common verses is, and strike the non-believers at their necks wherever you find them. Has nothing to do with Christians or Jews. Christians and Jews are not called non-believers in the Holy Quran. They are called the people of the book. They have a protected class. They are not our enemies based on our doctrine and from the inception of Islam. I made this video to respond. Can you pull this video up, please?
Let's go.
This was on, Jake Shields' podcast.
Shout out, Jake.
Chapter 2 of the Holy Quran says, there is no compulsion in religion. There is no force because it defeats the purpose. If I got to put a sword to your throat to make you believe in what I believe in, then that's not true faith. Every time the word infidel is mentioned in the Quran, it's talking about the pagan Arabs that were trying to exterminate the Prophet Muhammad and the first Christians. And when they're using the verse in the news where it says, and kill the non-believers wherever you find them, that's actually God not commanding the Muslims. He's commanding the angels at the Battle of Badr where they're outnumbered 3-1. So God says in the Quran, I sent angels down and commanded them to destroy your opponents. They were outnumbered. There was no way they could have won. It doesn't say kill the Christian, chop their neck. It's actually God commanding the angels to take out the pagan Arabs that were trying to wipe out the first Muslims. What actually happened was during that time, 13 years before the Muslims fought back, in the beginning of Islam, under the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, they were being hunted down by their own tribesmen that were pagan, worshiping millions of gods, and they were persecuting the first Muslims because they were trying to say there's only one God. We have to return to the path of Abraham, Moses, and all of the prophets. His own family, his own friends, hunted down. They were murdered. Then they were commanded by the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, to go to Abyssinia, which was a Christian country, under the rule of the Negus, the Negus, also known as the Najasi, and he provided them protection. Why would the Prophet command us to go to the Christians if they were infidels? That's number one. Number two, because we got to get into Nigeria.
We're about to get into Nigeria too.
Okay, there is nowhere in the doctrine of Islam that Christians are the enemies of Muslims, unless attack or vice versa. And we're not supposed to oppress them either. That's the truth. Now, did things happen throughout history? Yeah, things happen.
Wait, before you keep going, you know what's really funny is how they take that verse out of context where they say kill all infidels. It's like when Trump called, what was it, the Mexican terrorist group? What did he call them? Do you remember what I'm talking
rapists.
about? He called them like rapists. He called them bums. And then they would take that out of context and say that he was calling all Mexicans bums and gangsters or whatever it was. So it's like they'll look at something that Trump said. So basically what the liberals did to Trump, the conservatives are doing to Islam, where they would take something out of context, make it like you're applying it to everyone, where he'd called gangsters scumbags. And then now with Islam, they say that all non-Muslims are infidels and that they're all supposed to be killed. That's just not remotely true.
It's a complete 100% fabrication lie. And on top of that, I'll debate anyone over that. They're talking about the Quran. So they're quoting the Quran.
He called them thugs. That's what it was.
Time of oppression, because the last thing the actions did in their inception, the Prophet did was command to fight back. But after over a decade of persecution, being murdered by their own family, by their own tribes for declaring there's only one God, he ordered a very large group of his followers to go to ancient Abyssinia, which is today modern Ethiopia. There was a righteous Christian king known as the Negus, N-E-G-U-S.
What?
He was the righteous Christian king that the first Muslims sought refuge in. And when the pagan Arabs came to wipe out, they wanted the Muslims. He said, wait, we believe in Jesus too. We believe he's the Messiah. He's like, you will not touch these men. Yeah, we don't agree, but you will not lay a single hand. He could have gave them up and kept the friendly relations. Instead, he protected the Muslims. Yet you've never heard that story, probably.
No, I haven't.
So if the Christian is the infidel in Islam, why would the Prophet Muhammad command his followers to go seek protection to the Christian? Mic drop, bro. But we're not done. Now let's get into Nigeria.
Yeah.
Something you want to say?
No, man, it's just crazy how Muslims literally wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Christians saving them at the start. And just how nobody knows this story. It's so beautiful, bro.
Getting back to the guy on X. Okay, you can pull this up. Getting back to the guy on X, he's trying to make a post like, if Muslims, they hate Christians, they're killing Christians. Really? Now, this is also fueled because of people like Bill Maher, who's an atheist, but happens to be of a certain group of people, but he's an atheist, though.
Yeah.
But ethnically, he's of those people.
Hold on, let me make sure the quality's high.
Okay, quality's fine. He's in the news trying to stir that Muslims, because they all want to deflect from what their people are doing and what's going on back home. They got to make a boogeyman to justify what the they're doing right now in the Middle East, which I think everyone can see by now.
Yep.
Push play. Let's see what Bill Maher had to say about Nigeria, and then we're going to get into it.
Issue has not gotten on people's radar.
Right, no one's talking about it.
It's pretty amazing. If you don't know what's going on in Nigeria, your media sources
Isn't
suck.
that the lady?
You're
when they said, "Let's do we're going to do a ceasefire," and she was the only one that raised her hand.
you are
Isn't
in a
that her?
bubble. Not
Yeah, that's her in the United Nations. Yeah, it looks like her.
again. I'm not a Christian. This issue has not gotten on people's radar.
Right, no one's talking about it.
It's pretty amazing. If you don't know what's going on in Nigeria, your media sources suck. You are
They're
in a
all
bubble.
owned by your
and
people.
again,
You are the media. What are you talking
guys are
about?
the media. You guys have control of it. All the heads of Google, everything is your people.
And yet another big difference, Bill Maher, is we're not supporting and funding Nigeria killing a bunch of people. It's a completely different ballgame. Americans just want their tax dollars to stop bombing children.
And as Muslims, if there are Muslims attacking Christians and killing them, we condemn them. We don't agree with them, and we will stand up against them. We're not trying to justify the violence like your friends are.
I would fight with the Christians getting unjustly killed against Muslims.
Facts.
If it was actually unjust. I
Facts.
would fight for them and die a martyr.
If they were being oppressed, absolutely. If they were being wiped out, men, women, children, everything, innocent civilians, I would fight for them too. Push play.
I'm not a Christian, but they are systematically killing the Christians in Nigeria. They've killed over 100,000 since 2009. They've burned 18,000 churches. This is so much more. These are their Islamists, Boko Haram.
When did this term Islamist become a thing? Is this
Push
new?
play, bro, because I'm going to rip him to pieces right now. I'm going to shred his
This
ass.
is so much more of a genocide attempt than what is going on in Gaza. They are literally attempting to wipe out the Christian population of an entire country. Where are the kids protesting this?
No, they're not. Now, I'm not an expert in Nigeria, although I am friends with one of the most famous Nigerians. His name's Godfrey. He's a very big comic. Shout out to Godfrey. And I want to talk to him more about this, because if anybody's going to understand it, it's him. So just for quick references, you guys can go pull this all up. I said, what's happening in Nigeria, right? Like, what is going on in Nigeria? Are Christian Nigerians being killed because of their faith? Or is it motivated by other things? This is a really good and important question. The situation in Nigeria is complex, and while there are killings and attacks that target Christians and Christian institutions, it's not as simple as saying Christians are being killed only because of their faith. Nigeria's, unfortunately, people are very poor. They have a lot of resources, but they're very poor. There are overlapping factors: religious, ethnic, economic, political, environmental. Here's what's going on and what the evidence suggests and what challenges exist in interpreting the situation. Here's a broad sketch of recent trends. Frequent attacks on Christian-dominated areas, on churches and clergy. For example, in 2025, more than 200 people were reportedly killed in attacks on predominantly Christian villages. Kidnappings and murders of priests and church leaders. Massacres in rural, mostly Christian farming communities, right? Targeted Christian villages killing 100 to 200 people. Violent confrontations over land, grazing, and resources. Many clashes occur in Nigeria's Middle Belt region, geographically between the Muslim majority north and the Christian majority south, where farmers, often Christian, and herders, often Muslim, fight over grazing land, water, and agricultural damage. Sounds like a lot of people in poverty fighting for survival. Hang on, let's keep going. Insurgents and jihadist groups active in in northern Nigeria, Boko Haram, and its offshoot have carried out attacks on both Christians and Muslims. Like we've been saying for 25 years, more Muslims have died from terrorism, including Nigeria, by the way. I'm going to give you the stats. More Muslims have died from terrorists than any other religion, including the Christians in Nigeria. Period. So we can go through all this. You could chat GBT this. You could do research. Let's go down to this important part here, and then you can get into it. Okay?
Right, yeah.
Yes, many Christian Nigerians are being killed, abducted, or displaced, and Christian churches and clergies are frequent targets. No, it's rarely purely because of their faith. In a simplistic sense, most attacks arise where religion overlaps with ethnicity, land disputes, poverty, weak governance, and local conflicts. Yes, religion is a significant part of it. In many cases, attackers invoke religious justifications, and some groups see Christianity as a rival ideology or threat. But we must be cautious not to reduce every incident into religious persecution. Doing so obscures the other structural problems: inequality, land pressure, and state failure. Now, look at the stats, okay? 7,000 of them died, up to 7,000, because no one has accurate numbers.
Okay.
Okay, and it says in the same time period, about 70,000 Muslims died for the same reasons. Okay, I'm trying to find the stats. It's right here somewhere. Okay, it shows Muslims dying.
In August 2025, 50 people were killed in an attack on a mosque in neighboring villages in 𝐶𝐶 state during morning prayers.
Yeah, and wait, there's even more here. According to Canopy Forum, IIRF reporting, 16,769 Christians were killed versus 6,235 Muslims in certain time periods. Okay, then Inter-Society report, they claim that since 2009, about 125,000, so it sounds like a little bit more Christian, and 60,000 Muslims have been killed in Nigeria. They also claim 34,000 moderate Muslims died in Islamist attacks, okay? So it's a shitload of people on both sides, okay? And from the explanation that we're getting here, it's saying it's because of poverty. The government doesn't provide protection and create stability. We all know that Nigeria has very corrupt leaders. They can't even take out more than $10,000 from their bank accounts if they want to wire it outside the country. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, it's really hard to get money.
That's where all the scammers come from, where they're trying to get into your credit.
It's really hard to send money to anyone in these countries. Like, even just making a bank, literally sending them money is a pain. Like, if I hire an editor from Nigeria, you have to go through all these steps and loopholes. But you know what's funny, just thinking about it without looking into all this stuff, just like they need Mr. Beast to come in and build wells for them to be able to drink water. And you're telling me that the two biggest groups there, the Christians and the Muslims, are going to war over scripture? They live in huts.
People start fighting.
They can barely, the kids are starving. They can barely get water and food. And you're telling me that they're arguing over Surah Al-Kahf and this and that. Like, bro, it just doesn't make any sense.
So the population is basically 50-50. So whoever gets the upper hand, whoever can be more violent. All right, it's 46% Christian, 46% Muslim. So the Muslims are not even the majority. So they're equal. So I guess one side, they're both fighting over resources. They're both hungry. They're both starving. They're both need to feed their cows and their cats, and people want to make it about religion. No, these are desperate people, and again, there's some acts of terrorism. Boko Haram killed Muslims too.
Yeah.
Okay? But they'll never tell the whole story. They take one thing. Christians are being killed by Muslims. They won't give the context. You know what I'm saying? It's like whenever someone does something, they never say, the skin color, except if they're white. They go, white person kills this, white. So we see these agendas throughout the media. They should be ashamed. All it does is create more hatred. Like, it's so disgusting. Like, their intent with reporting stories is to create chaos, hatred, make Christians and Muslims around the world hate each other, so we can all end up killing each other because of these scumbags like Bill Maher, this piece of shit who should have been canceled a long time ago. This piece of human waste.
And bro, throughout time, Muslims have fought other Muslims, Christians have fought other Christians. Look at basically
You won't mention 1 million dead Iraqis, though. 1 million. Just there.
I know, we could all keep playing like the whataboutism, look over here, brother. All they're trying to do is downplay what's happening in Gaza and push attention that way.
That's why there's
to this poor country that can barely have wells. They need Mr. Beast to come in and build water for them. Like, it's just.
And these churches and mosques are probably literally made out of like wood and hay. Like, not even like, that's why there's.
What do you say? 18,000 churches?
Yeah,
like, you're expecting like these big cathedrals? Get the.
No, it's probably made out of like brick and mud. Pull it up. I bet you. God, let's see what these churches and mosques look like. Like I said, very simply built. Does that look? That looks like a shed with a cross on it. It's made out of wood. So of course they're fighting with machine guns and shit. They're gonna set that thing would burn in 2 seconds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just funny, dude.
Like, you're telling me these people are going out to war over scripture, and that's why they're killing each other.
Bro.
That just doesn't sound right. It
says it itself. Go do the research. I'm not here to read and educate you all. I'm not an expert on this, but you can look at all the sources because it pulls it up. And go read the articles. Who's pushing this narrative more than anyone? The Christian and the Catholic news agencies, if you pull it up, okay? To stoke division, has nothing to do in that capacity. Oh, I'm gonna kill them because they're Christian. No, it's because I'm poor. I want your resources. They shouldn't be doing that anyway. If they were both believers in God, they sit down and say, hey, we have the land, your animals need to graze it. They would work something out and be human beings to one another. Both sides are guilty there. I'm not justifying the Muslims' actions, and I'm not justifying the Christians' actions. Both sides are guilty. Both are not following the 10 Commandments. Both should find a way to work together because God put enough on this earth for all of us, but because the rich are so evil, and they keep Nigeria down. Trust me, the world keeps Nigeria down. Nigeria has enough resources that all of their people would be rich. You know how much oil they have, bro?
Gold.
They have everything, bro.
Yeah.
They have a Hilton in the capital called Abuja, but the people get nothing. They get no... Imagine you live on these countries, and I won't mention other ones. You know which one especially. And all these resources are blessed by God to the land for the people that live there, and they get no benefit from it. Look at the people of Venezuela. Look at the people of Venezuela right now, bro. Venezuela used to be one of the most beautiful economies in the world. Everyone was chilling. Bro, they were eating dogs a couple years ago because a dictator took over. But the world played.
It can happen like this.
It can happen anywhere.
Yeah. Hold on. I want to finish this Bill Maher clip.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Because no one will talk about it, so thank you.
Who is she, bro?
Absolutely.
Who is she?
It's Africa. That's why no one's talking about it, and they
Yeah,
should
no one
be. You
talks
can't read
about
about it in mainstream media.
Congo,
it's sad, so thank you
Sudan.
for bringing
Well,
it
because
up.
the Jews aren't
Tigray.
involved. That's why. It's the Christians and the Muslims. Who cares? It's just...
Bro.
He's such a Islamophobe, bro.
What do you think that word means? Because I'm not going to lie, I don't like that word. It just sounds...
It means creating fear, right? It's like being anti-Semitic, right? That's what it means.
I feel like it's such a better word, at least, than homophobic. Because nobody's afraid of gay people, but they're actually trying to make you afraid of Muslims.
I don't know about you, but I'm scared, bro. I don't want to get poked in the back. Get some gay rapists. Like, nah, bro. I'm scared, bro.
The funny thing about Islam... To me, what Islam...
Yo, you get fart like this, like...
To me, Islamophobia is just spreading lies. Because to disprove Islam, they have to lie about it. Or they have to go the moral route. Oh, look at your prophet. Whoa, look who he married. Like, it's just, there's no objectivity to it. If you look at your own, like any of the things they criticize Islam with, if they look at their own faith, it's usually worse there, you know? I'm so sick of talking about the Aisha thing. It's so old,
I'm so
bro.
tired of talking about these topics. I just want to have fun, man. I'm so sick. Like, the world's coming to an end, bro. It's all right, TikTok, man.
So, whatever.
I'm ready to boycott that shit.
Yeah.
100% I'm getting ready to boycott TikTok. I don't give a I have 50,000 followers. I'm about to close my account as soon as you know who takes over, bro.
Use your brain, listen to the media, but understand their intention. What do they want you to believe, and what do they want you to do from that belief? Question everything, okay? Especially these divisive things.
And it's funny. You know what's like funny?
Here, why don't you just keep knocking everything
You know what's
off?
funny? The people that know, like when it comes to like their issue and they know that they're lying, they'll take it, you know?
Yeah.
And then they're lying about someone else, but they like that they're saying those lies, like they'll push it. Like you either call it fake media or not. There's no middle. If they're fake about one topic, they're fake about all topics. Simple.
Yep.
This is why I believe towards the end of time, believe half of what you see towards the end of time, and none
of what you
hear. And I gotta say, that's probably because of AI and everything that's going on. We live in crazy times right now, bro.
Bro, the fact that you can't even tell what's real anymore, it's so crazy, bro. Like, pretty soon, video evidence, even old stuff, won't mean anything.
Ah, my neck, bro.
What would be the equivalent to that? You know, the same way people are like, if there wasn't a picture, it was always like, okay, if there wasn't writing. So before video, if there wasn't writing, it didn't happen. And then once pictures came out, if there wasn't pictures of it, how do I believe it? How do I know it happened? And then there was video. If I didn't see a video of it, how do I know it happened? And then now with AI, we're getting to the point where you don't know if anything happened.
You only have to see it with your own eyes, bro.
It's literally, yeah, but then wait till there's AR, augmented reality, where people have chips and shit, and you won't even be able to tell what's real in this world anymore. Like, it's just gonna keep getting crazier and crazier, bro. Stop making these noises, bro. What are you doing?
Getting old sucks, bro.
Anyways, we'll be going live on Pump Fun really soon. So if you want to watch us live, click the link at the top of the description, make a Pump Fun account, and watch us there. That's it from us for this one. Don't fall for the media's lies. Follow me and Unc. Peace.